Okay, so I'm Josh Spavins. I work for the Beds FA. I'm the recreational football officer, and a big part of my role is disability football.
Josh, this week and 2 weeks, in fact, across the country are the Level Playing Fields Week of Action. Clubs can choose whichever week they wish to feature, and we're choosing this week leading up to our game against Accrington Stanley on Saturday. Through our community trust, we offer plenty of opportunities for disabled people to get involved in playing football, and I can ask you about the FA People's Cup in a moment. But what I would like to speak to you about today, if at all possible, some of the opportunities that you offer to disabled people in terms of getting involved in football in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, okay, around the county we invite all teams in different centres that work with people with disabilities to come along and play in our league. But from there we sort of want to provide more than just them playing football. So we've put a lot of people on to coaching courses, so your level ones. We've even seen recently some of the guys go on and progress, and not only with their coaching outside of our league, they've actually gone on to do like your youth module 1 courses and things like that, so they're always looking to progress.
Which is fantastic. I mean, I know the FA, particularly nationally and obviously at each individual county level, are really keen to see more coaches get involved in the game. Certainly through our community trust, we've run a couple of schemes which have seen plenty of people with ethnic backgrounds getting involved, and then taking the skills that they've learned through these coaching courses into their own communities. And the disabled community obviously is another one, and there's no reason really, is there, why somebody with a disability shouldn't get involved in coaching?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the guys and girls that have gone on to take their level 1 course, I mean, I think we've had about 20 in total, and we've got a pass rate, I believe, of about 95%. A lot of those coaches are actually putting what their skills and their knowledge into practice. So I mean, I have about 5 or 6 at my own session. What will happen is they'll go away, come back the next week and come to me and say, I want to put on this session. So we're like, yeah, we work with them, we let them do their session, we reflect on it, review. They'll go away again, and they'll probably come back the next week and maybe try something else, or maybe take on what they've learned and really deliver that session. A few of them, I think I've got 3 disability referees. One of them is a fully qualified referee, actually out there on a Saturday, Sunday, refereeing 4 games a weekend, so he's very busy. And then I have 2 referees that have done their basic refereeing course. Basically, we paid for all their equipment, so their kit, and to complete the course in return for them to come and volunteer in the league. So the league has disability players being ref by people with disabilities, which is great.
That's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think those opportunities, presumably the refereeing courses, are something that they can contact the Beds FA about. And I know that you have also got some courses arranged for the end of May for disability coaching.
Yeah, so if there's anyone out there interested in doing any sort of coaching or refereeing, the best thing you can do is just get in contact with us, and even if we haven't got anything lined up in the future, there's always enough people out there that we can maybe get an interest and set something up. So for example, we had interest from Bedford about running a level 1 for the guys that were playing in the league from Bedford. We've worked with the councils, and we've managed to set up one at the end of May. I believe it's in the May bank holiday. We're just advertising at the moment. Yeah, it will run indoors as well, which seems to be preferable for some of the guys. The idea is that those guys will then get to take on their level 1 course, as well as providing some coaches that are looking to work with players with disabilities to actually go in there and do the level 1 course with them as well. So you kind of get the experience from both sides there.
And I said earlier about talking about the actual success of some of the disabled teams. We know that the men's disabled team that represents Luton Town got to the semi-final of the FA People's Cup, and I know that in the under-16 disability section at the recent finals at Sheffield, the final was between the Grange School from Bedford, who received coaching from our community trust, and a Beds FA team coached by your team.
The People's Cup has kind of really elevated the disability football in the county. I mean, the stuff we've been doing and the Luton Trust have been doing has been brilliant, but it's kind of put it on a national context. The semi-finals, obviously, it was disappointing for the older guys to fall away, but I mean, they did themselves proud. They did very well. And then obviously with the Grange, we recently introduced into the league here in Beds, which they've done very well. They won their first round that was filmed on the BBC. They then went together to play at the semi-finals. They actually met each other in the final, which the rep team won in a shootout. And then so we both got the chance to go to Sheffield, and everyone made their way up there. I believe the Grange guys actually stayed there the night before, so it was more than just a tournament on one day. They both done very well. They seemed to enjoy themselves. They both won their groups, which was great, which actually meant they played each other in the final, which you can see still online, I believe, on the iPlayer. And this time it was a different result. The Grange come through and won. It all looked very nice in their nice new kit, so we had a great day.
Good. I mean, I know the men's adult team got presented to the crowd here. I think it was at the recent Morecambe game, and we're actually now going to do something similar for the Grange boys. It's going to be not on Saturday, unfortunately, but they can't make it because of the school holidays, but next Tuesday when we play Dagenham and Redbridge, they'll get a chance to be introduced to the crowd, and I know how much that means to them. So you'd say, Josh, that the disabled football and the provision of and for opportunities in coaching and refereeing are on the up in Bedfordshire?
Yeah, massively. There's a big support network, I believe, in this area. So while I'll lead the Ability Council League and a lot of the disability development in the county, there's a lot of coaches or members of staff from the FA themselves. So you have people like Mike Noland, who has actually just been appointed an England manager for one of the disability teams. He acts as a mentor in some ways to a lot of the coaches around the county at the moment. And he's took a very big interest in the disability football here at the Beds, because he's a local guy. And I mean, we've got loads of different sessions and staff members and coaches setting up things all around the county, so it really is doing really well at the moment. The idea now is that we see some of the players develop and push on, and maybe they can go on to bigger and better things.
Fantastic, Josh. Thanks for coming in to see us today. And as you said earlier on, if anybody's got any queries about disability football, coaching or otherwise, please contact your good self at the Bedforshire County FA.